Hello, Mike Porter here from PMC Content Services for Mailing Systems Technology. Consistently creating informational content to keep your prospects and customers engaged and thinking about your organization is a chore, and the problem is getting worse. With more and more distribution channels to support, it's hard to find enough time to get everything done. Adding to the challenge is deciding on areas to cover. What will you write about that is relevant and interesting to your audience? I've faced that very dilemma myself. You probably have too, and it's a dangerous place to be. Inability to choose topics results in procrastination, which can get out of hand in a hurry. Before you know it, months have gone by without publishing new material, and you've lost the attention of the audience you worked so hard to attract. Whenever I get stuck for ideas, I pull out a list of 10 things I can do to get inspired. I hope they help you as well. Here's the first idea: interview someone. Profile someone like a customer, partner, consultant, or an author. Tell your audience a little bit about them and how their work can have an impact on the reader's life or business. Finding someone to talk about themselves isn't as hard as it sounds. Just ask them. Take their comments and create a question and answer piece, which is really easy. Don't think you must transcribe your subject's words verbatim. Edit and put them in the best light and communicate your message effectively. Just let your subjects review before you publish. If appropriate, include links to your subject's website or social media handles. The next idea is finding out about hot topics. Read blogs, LinkedIn, and trade publications. What topics are sparking the most comments and discussions? Take a position or put your own spin on the ideas that people in your target audience are finding interesting. Don't be afraid to be controversial or challenge the status quo, but be sincere. Readers can spot a self-serving provocation a mile away. Idea 3 is about industry studies or surveys. Share some key points from an industry study. Be sure to include your interpretation and relate the content to your audience's interests. Don't just repeat the survey results. It's your views that really interest your readers. I've used this idea lots of times. The articles practically write themselves. Content idea 4 puts you in the role of an instructor. Share tips and hints about how to do something that shows off your relevant talent or experience. This might be something like manipulating or editing photographs, formatting documents, or even little tips about common tools your customers use, like Microsoft Word or PowerPoint. If you sell hardware or software, this is a great opportunity for writing about tips and tricks to get more value from the products your customers have purchased from you. Non-customers will read this material too and gain insight into what your products can do. For the fifth idea, remember you're not in this alone. Go talk to customer service or technical support. Find out what kinds of questions they've been getting lately and then write about those subjects. Or find a production person who normally doesn't interact directly with customers and pick their brains. Not only will you give your readers insight into the talented people working on their projects, you boost employee self-esteem. If you don't work in an environment that has such resources, try visiting blogs or customer forum pages of relevant hardware and software vendors to pick up on issues they're probably hearing about from their customers. If they relate to situations your customers face, you can write about those items. Idea 6. Review a product or service. Have you found a software tool, tech device, or browser plugin that is especially helpful? Did you try other products that didn't work out so well for you? Then write about them. Be honest and fair about your review. You don't want to turn off readers by appearing mean or vindictive. Don't review your own products here. You can't possibly render an objective opinion, but the product doesn't even have to be directly related to your business, as long as it's interesting to your readers. This next idea is like a mini case study. Tell your audience about a problem you had to solve, how you evaluated the possible solutions, what you did to address the issue, and how it turned out. Make sure you don't violate any privacy or non-disclosure agreements. If you're referencing a situation with a customer, be sure to get their permission first. If they don't want to be named, be sure to cloak their identity. Idea 8 is super easy. It's just a list and some links. Make a list of recommended resources and information for your audience. Include a brief description of examples of why you think each resource is useful. I'd use this idea sparingly, since the information you're providing is likely easily found by your readers. If you can curate a list of highly relevant resources, though, these are pieces that readers keep around for a long time. For mailing service providers, you might include links to postal websites and people like Mailpiece Design Analysts, local postal customer councils, or pertinent portions of the domestic mail manual. Sometimes, instead of you searching for topics, you can let topics come to you. I use automatic searches on sites such as Google Alerts to receive notices of news or events matching a set of keywords I have defined. Ideas for several of my columns in Mailing Systems Technology have been triggered by my Google Alerts. My last idea for you comes from industry conferences, trade shows, and seminars. These events can be extremely useful to you even if you don't attend. By scanning the list of breakout sessions, presentations, and keynotes, you'll get a great sense of what the audience attracted to those events wants to hear. This is especially useful if you serve a particular vertical market. Look for events aimed at your clients and see what hot topics are being discussed. Then look for ways your services can relate to the issues that are important to the target audience and make that connection in your articles. Okay, that's my list of 10 go-to ideas for when you don't know what to write. In the following slides, I've picked a few topics that might apply to you depending on your role in your organization. Take a look and see if the suggestions spark an idea for you. Thanks a lot for listening.